Welcome back to my channel. I know I've been gone for a really long time, so this is my relaunch for my channel, mostly leading up to the release of Ark Survival Ascended. So currently I just have Ark Survival Evolved, obviously, because ASA isn't out yet, but the point of this rebrand and this relaunch is to get everyone connected with what is going on with ASA, what we know, what we're finding out as we go, that type of stuff. And then obviously once ASA launches, then moving into the phase of getting into the game, learning all the stuff that's new, and helping everyone figure out what they're going to be doing in ASA. So I will go ahead and launch this. Currently, I'm just playing around in single player because I have no idea where that message came from, but it's really funny. Just playing around in single player. So I just started on the island. Haven't really done anything on the island. The reason I'm doing this is because ASA will exclusively have the island on launch until they add the other maps in, which will trickle in over time. I believe Scorched Earth will be the first one. I want to say December, but don't count me on that. But just started this about like 20 minutes ago, so it's a fresh run. I have the necessities, so I have my dodo and my moss chops. I believe this is the best one I have. I think everything here is like really low level just because it is a fresh map. So what we're gonna do is going to go out here and basically try to get some levels for the moss chops. Gonna need him to be able to get the supplies I need to tame better dinos. So he is step 1 of my journey. Moss chops is always like my starter dino. I think that, like, I want to say personally that Moss Chops is, like, the most underrated dino in the game. It is really annoying that they run away from everything when, like, anything attacks anyone, so they're just, like, out. But, as far as, like, an early game team, though, they are some of the most powerful, like, teams you can get off the beach, for sure. I'm currently just pumping points into health and melee damage, which will then move to weight after that because I need it mostly for berries, narcos specifically. Actually my first time ever doing single player, so it's definitely been different than what I'm used to with official servers. Have never really done unofficial either, so this is a new thing for me, but I'm going to be running on single player up until the point that ASA releases, or I mean, at least until the servers shut down Friday in the US. Then I might still continue to play single player a bit until ASA launches, but this is mostly just a learning experience for me because I joined into Ark like right before, I believe, Genesis 1 came, and then I played a bunch of different stuff, mostly Crystal Isles, until Gen 2 dropped, and then I played nothing but Gen 2 for the remainder of the time that I played Ark, basically. So, the reason I say that is because I missed the early game experience. Like, I didn't have any experience in, like, any sort of primitive stuff, or like it was all tech and I could just get an infinite amount of resources and space on Gen 2. So really long way of saying that I got spoiled really bad when I played Arc on official. So this is just me kind of going back to the basics and learning how to play the game before the expansions that I played came out. So it is a new game to me essentially at this point, and ASA will be much the same for me as well. I had to learn how to haul things around without like a skiff. So, that's, I believe, like 30,000 weight that you just don't have anymore. So I've learned to rely on certain tames that give you a lot of weight and stuff like that. How to tame things the old school way with like traps and tranking, which I know a lot of people still do, but you don't really have to do that on Gen 2 because you have tech bows and you have a tech suit. So you can just infinitely fly around and tame everything super fast. So that's kind of been my experience, and that's what I'm trying to evolve away from, basically. I do have things set to 3 times on here, so it's not going to be exactly what we'll experience when ASA launches as far as leveling dinos and leveling your character and gathering resources and stuff. I just wanted to speed it up a little bit because I'm not going to be playing this for months. So it didn't make any sense for me to go at the pace of what will actually be an ASA most likely, which again, we don't really have much confirmed information on ASA. Another thing that I've been doing in preparation for ASA that may or may not be necessary is I have not been using cryopods. So there isn't any confirmation at this point whether or not cryopods will exist in ASA yet. So I've basically just been going through and doing things, operating as if there were no cryopods. So what that means is essentially like finding unique ways to move your dinos. The ideal is probably like a Quetzal with a saddle on it, to a platform saddle to move big dinos around the map. Something that I've done personally without getting into that because I had a really difficult time finding a Quetzal on official, but I'm not playing official, so it's entirely possible that I might find one here on this. But since I wasn't able to find one, though, I had to get kind of creative. And basically what I did is I would go to a drop and I would upload the dino that I wanted to move across the map, and then I would find a drop near the location I wanted to be with that dino and download it there. So a good example would be like when I tamed my Rex, I tamed it on Carno Island because there's more Rexes there than anywhere else. Basically, it's the easiest place to find them and find higher levels. They spawn faster. So when I was dealing with that, you little bastard. Piranhas, man. Anyway, so, oh cool, a leech. Let me deal with that real quick if I can. Oh fuck, what? I've literally never seen them running around like that. That's hilarious. Fucking bastards. Got a little off track there. Oh, that's not gonna be good. Whoop! I'm going down. There goes my moss chops. Rip. Come on, buddy. Do your thing. And I jumped off. Good night. Anyway, so yeah, uploading my Rex that I tamed on the Carno Island is what I did, because I did not want to walk that thing all the way back across to where I started, which is like the South 1 beach location. I picked this location specifically because it is really close to obviously it's close to the beach and the water, so you can move around really easily and access other parts of the map pretty easily. But the most important thing was starting in an area that wasn't like super difficult to survive in, so I could kind of get started with nothing, and a super low level character. Aside from that, being close to the swamp is really helpful. There's resources in the swamp on the island that are going to be really useful, that are just not as easy to get to anywhere else other than that particular area. So some of those resources that I'm referring to are like rare mushrooms and rare flowers. I want to be in a place where those are really easy for me to obtain, especially because the moss chops is kind of my go-to starter dino. A lot of times they ask for rare mushroom or rare flower. So I just wanted to make sure that I was in a position where that would be easy to do. So that was the goal there. This thing has terrible weight. And stamina. Almost probably, yeah, it's gonna be easier. You follow me. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just essentially preparing for ASA. We know that it will be similar to Ark Survival Ascended. It's essentially a remaster, but it will also be different in a lot of ways, which I can't quantify those right now, but there's so many things that we've been able to hear just within the Discord channel with the devs and everything. So like we get some information. It's not anything substantial. They can't confirm a lot of our questions and stuff due to various reasons. But we know what's being internally discussed. We know what a lot of the ideas are that they have for ASA. ASA planned to launch end of October. Again, with the ASE official servers shutting down on Friday in the US. I want to say it's like 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, maybe. But if you check the community crunch, you can see specifically at what time your servers will shut down if you play on official. If you don't play on official, you probably don't care. But it's just something to look forward to. I think I've never, because I started Ark so much later than everyone else, I never got the experience of playing on like a fresh map or anything. Like anytime I played a map on official, it was already cluttered and there was nowhere to build. So that brings forth like a certain amount of excitement for me when it comes to ASA, because this will be my first time getting to explore that. I need to fix this really quick. Yeah, that is what I've been up to. If you're curious about why I stopped streaming back in 2021, it's honestly, it's a long story with a lot of information, but I started streaming a new game and I ended up beating a large streamer at that game, and they got very unhappy that I beat them. So they kind of just started asking their followers to come after me and harass me on like my personal accounts and everything. There was some doxing involved, so it just, at the time, it was like too much to deal with, honestly. But now I'm in a different place in my life, so I don't really care so much about that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a new channel, rebrand, relaunch, pretty much everything. So I'm excited to share my journey. As you can see from this experience, it's going to be a lot of entertaining stuff going on because it is very much like primitive Ark. First of all and foremost, this is, I really need to, where the fuck are you? There we go. Okay. God, that's all I wanted was for that bitch to die. Literally, the Titan boa that killed my moss chops is dead now. Feels good. Okay. I mean, that's another thing about like starting over and all that stuff is like I have nothing to lose. Like I'm so early in the game at this point that like if I die, it's like pfft, whatever. I think last time I died, I lost like a stone hatchet and a primitive hatchet and a primitive pickaxe, and I was like, oh no, what will I do without that stuff? So it's a fun experience, especially at first, because I think more than anything, it's a very humbling experience to start over an arc and not have your character and your engrams, the things that you're accustomed to, but also just a really good preparation and practice for the process of starting over in ASA if you plan to play on official, because everyone on official will be starting from square one. So I also don't play PvP, so I think the PvP player experience is just a very different experience in general, and I can't really speak to what they're looking forward to, what they're upset about, that kind of stuff with ASA. It's just I've been really focused on the PvE side of it, so that's what I do know. Been able to have some conversations with Dolly and Jat about stuff that's going on and plans and things like that. So not anything that anybody else couldn't tell you, but just information we all kind of got just in the general chat and everything. Really, these Titan boas though. While I do dislike Titan boas, I would take probably like 20 Titan boas over one Capro. So there's that. But yeah, the reason for me hopping on here today was just to explain what I'm doing, what the purpose of the rebrand, and also just a refocus in general of what's going to be happening on my channel, what the plans are for everything, and the primary objective, which is to start with everybody fresh on ASA, and which is Ark Survival Ascended. Just start with everyone else brand new and kind of work our way through it together as a group. There will be some people who are going to be really, really prepared for this and really talented at this because they have already done this type of thing before. So, but also just because of the fact that this is a new game, even though it's technically a remaster, it's going to be fixing a lot of the game breaking issues that people hated about Ark Survival Evolved. So, with that being said, and it being done in Unreal Engine 5, so it's going to look better, it's going to perform better. These are the things that we do know. But on top of that, it's going to be an entirely new player experience for a lot of people, and probably even attract new people who have never played Ark before. So that's just kind of where that is, and that is the primary objective, the focus, and the goal of rebranding the channel. Working alongside a couple of companies, like hoping to get into the Arcade Ambassador program, which is essentially just, it's like a competition type thing for streamers to get reacquainted with their community and everything if they do Ark specifically. And then, I mean, Noise does do other games as well, but Ark is the one that I'm focusing on, Ark Survival Ascended. So, trying to partner with them currently in order to be able to get into that program so I can be able to do more cool stuff and be in the contest for the streamers and everything. So there's not really anything particularly that I want out of that program. I just figured it was a good time to get back into everything, rebrand the channel, set the new goals, and get everybody back on board with what I'm doing. So that is the goal anyway. I just lost my mouse trap, so I'm going to see what this one wants. Cooked prime meat. You bitch. You're not getting that. Actually, I might have prime meat now. No, I don't. Do you have prime meat? Nope. Think I'm being reminded that it's time to do stream raiders, which is great because I'm about to pull into a safe spot. Alright. Your stamina level is driving me insane. Yeah, as you can see, all of my teams are really low level because it is a fresh map, so everything kind of spawns in at a low level at the beginning. Okay. I need you to stop following me. And with that being said, we will hop over to Stream Raiders, which I currently don't have anybody in, so it's going to be an adventure for sure. Okay, so we have guys over here. I don't know what those are. Are those traps? Do those move? Interesting. Okay. And then we have a big guy here, two little guys over here, and this is the shrine that I'm essentially supposed to protect. So, with that being said, some of them are going to go after the shrine for sure. So I'm going to pop that down here. And I'm going to let the shit show commence. It's not looking good. Wow, I guess the bear trap like really gets you stuck. Rip. Okay, so I think, yeah, these are only options is to go here or go there. This could be even worse, so let's see how that goes. Wow, okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, that guy's big. How lovely are you? It's like an actual boss. These are level 5. Let's see. Zerker was not tanky enough for sure. I know that my Nightmare Paladin can handle just about anything, but he's currently out of it. Let's see. I'm gonna try something that I haven't even like ever messed with because I really genuinely have no idea how that's gonna go. So let's just do it. And on that note, we'll go back to work. Okay, so okay, I think my next goal needs to be a Pteranodon. It's like the next natural progression step for me because I need to be able to get around. Okay, so I need bolas are going to be super important. Hide, thatch, wood, fiber. Oh, that's not a bola, that's fine. I was going to say I don't think bolas take that much to make. Hide and thatch. Oh, well, I don't need 20 of them, but that's fine. Probably get like 10 of them solely because sometimes it's a pain. Actually, I just realized there's also another like super important thing I haven't done. What do we need? Just probably stone. Yeah. Okay. Got all excited about progressing onto a Pteranodon and realized that I don't even have a mortar and pestle, which means I don't have narcotics or anything I need right now. So let's go back to the basics further. Do I like... Wow, okay, yeah. I skipped some like very important stuff. Like, first of all, need a bow and stone arrows for sure. Fiber. This is honestly the main reason that I always have a moss chops around. It's because they are really good early game gatherers for honestly a lot of materials, but primarily if you need large quantities of fiber, they're super good. And then for any type of berry, which most importantly would be narco berry, honestly, even I would go as far as to say meat is like really good with a moss chops too, especially if you're looking for like prime meat or something like that. You can put points into their harvesting levels. So we can make, which it depends on, each one of them has their own individual thing you can choose from, but this one in particular has prime meat, so I'm going to use that one. Another really good thing to have, especially on the island when you don't have all the resources that you're used to, is going to be organic polymer. So something to keep in mind when you're looking at potential dinos is that you can make a moss chops provide a lot more prime meat and polymer than a lot of other dinos. Oh, you got 6 points. I know what those need to go into. before I actually do this, I need to go back and drop off everything that I don't need, because I have a bunch of crap in my inventory that's just weighing down my moss chops. Okay, I'm gonna run into a struggle with prime meat, but it's not anything that is like super crazy right now, because I don't need a ton of it, I don't think. If I was taming something more intense than a pteranodon, I would, but I will go ahead and get this process started because it takes forever, which is why I always have more than one mortar and pestle. Like my base, because I did this on official before I did it on single player, just to kind of get a feel for everything. I had like 10 mortar and pestles because it's so slow to make like a narcotic. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split this, and I'm just gonna put half on each one. And I'll also divvy up the narco berries too. And then I'm going to turn those all into narcotics, which honestly, like already, that's more than enough narcotics than I'll need for a pteranodon. Even though some of those are going to get turned into arrows, which I need to make. Pretty sure it's like something really stupid. Fiber, flint, and thatch, yeah. And I'm pretty sure I have thatch somewhere. This process is going to take forever too, but it's not as bad as narcotics by any means. Yeah, the narcotics aren't even like halfway done yet, so that is why we have multiple mortar and pestles. Wait a second. I just realized something really funny. Okay, can you not? Thank you. Yeah, I definitely for sure had the wrong moss chops out, which would explain why I couldn't hold like anything. Okay, so next up, grab narcotics. Just grab all the ones that I've made already. Going to first get the Ingram to make them. Takes about equally as long as making the arrows themselves, so it can be a bit of a process. But we have everything we need, minus the presence of a pteranodon, which was just over here. Actually, I think I lied. Everything but a Pteranodon and a bow, so we'll fix that real quick. Okay, so just gotta find a Pteranodon. Preferably on the ground because I am not good at like wrangling them out of the air. He's the one who wanted meat, yeah, gross. Normally there's some over here somewhere, like right there. This is exactly why I wanted to play this map a little bit before. There's two of them. Nice. Okay. That's not the right ammo. Be bad. Nice. Easy enough. Well, shit. Oops. Honestly, this will probably work. Going to assume, because this is a level 1, it's probably going to seem really fast. Be really neat if one of these other ones landed. Yeah. Fuck you. I don't think I can hit one in the air. I'm going to try, but I've never been able to do it. Yeah. Nice. Good enough. Wow, that was super fast. Okay. This one is not going to need all of that meat. There's probably a dodo around here somewhere, but... I'm going to take a second here to make sure that I'm not crazy, because... Okay, yeah, they do eat meat. They just eat really, really slowly. Really, really slowly. Um, yeah. Well, I guess I can fix that. I was gonna say, technically I could just shoot it. I don't know if it would kill it though, so I'm just gonna do narcotics instead. Make sure that it's good. Alright, I'm gonna hobble back over there. It would be kind of funny if my first Pteranodon taming on this just went to absolute shit. I would laugh. Definitely getting close, that's for sure. Same thing happened to me in official too. Like, I find myself to be really annoyed with like how quickly their torpor drains when they're just like a crappy little low level beginner flyer. I guess maybe that's why, because they're flyers. They were like, maybe it needs to be a little bit more difficult. I don't know. Okay, well, that was enough to bring it back to full. Oh man, can you please just eat a piece of fucking meat? The food drain is so slow. There's like more viewers than I thought there would be in here, so welcome. um, Again, I'm just relaunching and rebranding my channel, preparing for ASA, and just playing on the island right now with like no frills or anything. Not using any tech, not using any Ingrams from other maps, since there is no confirmation about what we're going to have in ASA necessarily at this point, as far as like cryopods and other types of Ingrams and stuff like that. As somebody who kind of spent most of their time playing Genesis 2, I needed to come back to the basics of the game that I never really experienced like most people did. So I did not ever play the island, just put it that way. So this is a totally new experience for me, almost like a new game. Um, it's been a lot of fun for sure. My run on official was actually quite funny. I really wanted to get a Quetzal because I wanted to do the Quetzal platform saddle and have the ability to like move my dinos across the map because again I'm not playing cryopods, just in case they're not there. But anyway, trying to get a Quetzal, tried to do the method of latching onto it with a grapple, and then like once you fall off, essentially you just parachute down. Well, that didn't work out for me, and my parachute, I accidentally threw it out of my inventory instead of using it. I don't know how that happened. I guess I was just like in a moment of panic. But so yeah, I meant to grab my parachute and just kind of float down to the ground while I was trying to tame a Quetzal. Did not happen. I fell. I didn't die though. I fell to the swamp, which I know that's great. But fell to the swamp, did not die, and then literally sat there for like maybe a second, like just processing everything and being like, holy shit, I didn't die. And then a Capro came out of nowhere and took me out. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm not destined to have a Quetzal right now. And it's also going to be really interesting on ASA too, because I mean, I can't definitively say like what the spawn rates or anything are going to be like at this point, but Quetzal in general is not like super common on the island from what I've seen. So like you may see one every now and then, but like it's a hard dino to just seek and go get because they're kind of all over the place and they fly up really, really high. So like even if you're on an Argentavis, it can be difficult to find them because they go really high. So like the stamina on the Argentavis isn't good, which again, starting a new map or starting a new run or anything like that, you're going to run into a lot of really low level dinos essentially when you start. So just imagine that everything has like bottom of the barrel stats because that's most likely where we're going to start until people start breeding and getting mutations and all of that kind of stuff. So it's just something to think about. I'm like actually genuinely confused about. I feel like this should not be taking this long. I'm gonna do some research real quick and see if I fuck something up or if this is normal. Yeah, it says it's like 7 minutes. I'm assuming it probably needs 3 pieces of meat, which means it should have already eaten by now. So this is like weird and not normal. That one's level 8, but that one definitely should have eaten something by now, so it's a little weird. I feel like maybe there's something wrong in my settings for my single player campaign. Because, like, if the food drain or something isn't right and the taming is 3 times or whatever, then it could be causing some kind of weird situation to happen. But anyway, I will figure that stuff out. I did tame my moss chops like instantly though, but moss chops they don't really. They do eat stuff, but you just feed them instead of having like a bar that progresses through the taming process, so I'm not really sure on that. Anywho, while we have everybody safe in here, I'll hop up in my little thatch box. And we will move to Stream Readers. So I think it might be that time again. Oh no, it's like 2 minutes from now. That's okay. Honestly, yeah, I can start this one early anyway. Oh hey, someone else joined. Thank you. Thank you for joining me in Stream Raiders, because I'm usually by myself. I don't know how this is gonna go. I feel like it might be bad, so I apologize. I haven't played this since like, I want to say 2021, so I'm a little behind on the times when it comes to Stream Raiders. We're just gonna start it. Okay, I think probably, yeah, the best bet is to just curse as many of them as we can. Okay, here we go. I have no idea how we won. Oh, it was you. I was gonna say, I don't know how we won that. It wasn't me. Awesome. Thank you so much for your assistance in that. I've been soloing it for a little bit. It's been rough. Probably do one more for the night before I have to go. Let's see. Oh, of course, it would be. We'll do this one. And we wait. Okay, we're gonna pull out this guy. Put him. Yeah, I'm gonna put him here. Cool, cool. And we will continue with the arc shenanigans. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, fuck yeah, the Pteranodon tamed. Okay, I was like, honestly, I had no idea what was happening with that. I still think there's something wrong with the multipliers, but I will accept that as long as it tamed. Of course, this is the level 1, so I don't know what's going on with the level 8. I know that it does snow. That one's back up. Son of a bitch. That was good. There we go. Aw, I lost my stuff that was in it because it went feral again. Honestly, like, I just need to turn it on, so it's not really a big deal. Literally just going to be using it for getting around the map. Okay, so I'm going to need that stuff back from you. And you can just follow me. Uh-oh. There would be two of you. Yeah, get fucked. Okay. Either I'm crazy. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say. They totally just ate that Pteranodon. Those bastards. I totally did not do a sound check before I started this, by the way, so if you can hear me, please let me know. Technically, I can test it. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Alright, just want to make sure I wasn't insane. Okay, so... Alright, so Pteranodon. Got it. You just stop fucking flying around me, please. I have no idea, like, a good Pteranodon leveling method. Okay, so Pteranodon... Probably gonna go with stamina first. Typically I opt for health, but we might ignore that today. Also, gonna need a saddle. Okay, so we need chitin or keratin Fiber and hide. Easy enough. Literally just got this chitin off of the little trilobites on the beach, so that's how I started with that. She also, I'm just going to put out a disclaimer that since this is like a preparation for ASA and keeping in mind that everybody's starting over and everything, like I'm going to be explaining a lot of stuff that is going to seem really stupid and pointless to most people. Like if you're a heavy arc player, a lot of the stuff is going to be like, duh, obviously. But it's essentially just going to be part of the rebrand to give that opportunity to people who either have never played ARC before or just need reminders of like the basics like I did for sure. So okay, you need a saddle. Kind of everything about this Pteranodon sucks right now. So it's okay. Not asking for a lot here. I would love to be able to give an overview of the map and points of interest and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that at some point over the next probably week. What I will say is that it's extremely important to remember at this point that we don't know what version of the island we're going to be playing in ASA. So when I say that, I mean we don't know what additions from the OG island will be on the island in ASA. So like I don't know what all they added, but I do know for a fact that like redwoods were added at some point. So I guess that wasn't a thing when the island originally came out. So will we have redwoods in the ASA island? We don't know. Just something that we're trying to get information on. I know that sometime in the near future there will be an FAQ for players from the devs, so I would imagine Dolly or Jat will probably let us know when that's happening. There may or may not be some mention of it in the next community crunch. We still don't know. But that's just kind of where everything is right now. Okay. I really just wanted to fly this off for a second and kind of see like where we were at with stamina and all of that, which is not good. So gonna have to find a way to get some points into that guy for sure. Okay, we've got 20 minutes until the next Stream Raider battle, which will be my last one for the night. So I really think that with this Pteranodon being such low level, I honestly feel like I hate you for wanting that. I really feel like we can probably just kill like any fucking thing at this point. Maybe even just like harvest stuff, I don't know, to get levels for it. I'm a little scared to have it take on like even a Dillo, honestly. I don't even know what they do. What do you even do? Do you do anything? No, maybe not. Well, let's see. Do. Oh, that's nice. Take that. There are two of them. Nice. I don't really want them necessarily, but I do kind of want to eat them, so just because it's early access to electronics and stuff. Gasoline or oil, I guess it would be oil, yeah. Okay, so you need a shit ton of stamina. Honestly, stamina and weight is what this Pteranodon needs to be, like, even remotely useful. So that's what I'm going to work on for a while. Let's see. Are you capable of killing a trilobite? Is the real question. Nicely done. Nicely done. It's also oil, so that's good. Okay. Honestly, I never, like, I don't think in my entire time playing Ark I ever had a Pteranodon until I started doing this whole, like, primitive situation. Oh man, I forgot about the water thing. Come here, buddy. Hey there. Oh shit, my dodo just got killed. Hey, we gotta go help the squad. I really wish you would just land. What the fuck is going on? Just land. This is the weirdest landing pattern I've ever seen. Anyway, yeah, so since yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, we're having a fucking showdown over here. Wow, okay. Oh shit, it's up in there. Oh my god. I cannot fucking, can you believe that mouse chops is not dead right now? I am honestly shocked. Alright, well, Mouse Chops is a certified trooper. This is why I put them in a cage, because all they do is run. Well, okay, I was definitely stuck for a minute, but it's fine. Yeah, so this one ran all the way over here, which, like, that I do, like I said, I love Mouse Chops so much. I think that they're a really, really strong starter dino. But the running away pisses me off, so that's why I just kind of locked mine up in, like, the most basic little trap you can make for them. But also that Dillo would not have been able to get up in there like that. He might have been able to hit them from the side, but it wouldn't have been what it was, so. Okay, back to what we were doing. Pteranodon Ascension. It's another Mouse Chops. Please do not move from the spot. Holy God, thank you. Giant bee, honey. Go fuck yourself. Some of the stuff they asked for is so funny because they truly are like a beginner dino that you find on the island. So I'm like, why would you ask for like some of the most like intense stuff in the game to get? Like whenever you're low level, when you first encounter a Mouse Chops and you honestly really find the most use out of them is when you can't obtain some of the stuff that they asked for, which is just weird to me. Like I remember a time in Ark when Mouse Chops only asked for berries, and it was a really good time. I remember logging in at some point and being like, what the fuck do you mean you want, like, cooked raw prime fish meat, or cooked prime fish meat, or raw prime fish meat, whatever. It was very intense when it happened. especially as somebody who is like a collector of moss chops. Okay, so we do have some more points, not a lot, but some. We got some oil and some pearls, which is like phenomenal at this point in the game. So without having to fly all the way to the snow area for oil rigs or having to kill more dangerous things to get oil, essentially, rather than just like trilobites, is a really good way to start. If you get a moss chops that can harvest oil, that helps too. So again, moss chops, obsessed with them. Okay. You're level 7, look at you go. You're like almost worth a shit. What about this one? What is this one? Level 13? That's like a lot higher than any of the other ones I've seen, which is funny to think about. Considering on official, I see like probably level like 55 to 80 often, but it's a fresh map, so it's fine. I don't even know, like because of the issues I had taming that one, I have no idea what's going to happen if I try to tame this one, but I'm going to try anyway. Like almost positive I'm going to need more narcotics though. Of which I'm guessing, yeah. Yeah, that checks out. Let's see. You know what? We'll do that after we get it down. We'll have enough time. It'll be fine. If it's still there. Gonna guess that's probably it. Hey, buddy. Hard landing is really in season. Nice. Cool. Okay. Very nice. Good to see. How do I do all of that and not bring meat? You have meat, right? Yay. I swear, sometimes I forget like the stupidest stuff. Okay, and then I need to for sure be able to track this guy because I will definitely lose him. Okay, now I gotta go make more narcotics like now. I'm still like so in shock that this moss chop survived that fight. Oh man, what a wild adventure. You just about got arced, as the kids say. Okay, so whoa. So did not want to hit a tree because that puts wood in my inventory, which slows me down a lot. Okay, so can I just like get nothing but berries, please? Thank you. I appreciate the ability to disable harvesting on dinos for like if you're trying to level them or something, you don't want them picking up a bunch of crap. What I would really like to see is disabling harvesting of certain things. Like if I could make it to where my moss chops did not harvest like wood and stuff if I didn't want it to, that'd be really helpful. Even honestly, just like fiber and thatch also. Anything that's not berries. Just makes everything take longer. But it's okay because we definitely have more than enough narcotics to do this, I'm pretty sure. How is that piece of shit doing over there? So much torpor drain, so little food consumption. Okay. Wow, I honestly did not expect that to happen. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess to be fair, it did make like 60 narcotics the first time, so. Okay. Also, I apologize to anybody who is listening to me right now because I have been up since super early o'clock. It's now super late o'clock. And I have to work in the morning, so I'm kind of a little bit dead, but that's okay. Let's see. Honestly, for now, yeah, that's fine. I should probably pay more attention to, okay, first of all, you need to go back in your cage so we don't have Dillo experience 2.0. It's like I'm really bad about remembering to close gates and stuff, so like I make this protective fortress for my dinos and then completely forget to close it and a Dillo just walks in. Oops. Okay. Honestly, like, if he would just eat, that'd be really cool. See how much torpidity we gain with one narcotic. These are so low level, like it could literally just be like one. No, it's not. Okay. Could have been. Wasn't. Usually I just get it to max and then I will go away until it's time again. These things just eat so slow though. Like I legitimately, if I had the time, I would just, and like a decent pteranodon obviously, I would literally fly to like the snow zone and get mutton just to make it like instant tame because this is horrible. Okay. I need more weight. Just leave that closed for now. Okay, we have 4 minutes on Stream Raiders. I'm so curious to know what's going on with my taming stuff, but can definitely be figured out another time. And I do already have a Pteranodon, so it is what it is for now. Okay, so I gave you some more stamina. Like, your health is disturbing to look at. It's basically like a 2-chomp dead situation right now. It's always comforting. Actually, I'll just take all of that. Thank you. So next logical step for me would be, so it's always moss chops, necessity, narcotics, blah, blah, blah. And then Pteranodon, I would say, comes next. After that, and the purpose of me getting a Pteranodon, honestly, is so that I can go to the spot that I prefer to go to tame Argentavis, because Argentavis would be the next logical step for me, and essentially just make it so that I can go gather metal really easily and be able to move into like the next phase of tools and actually having armor and stuff like that, because in my opinion the armor up until you get to like flak is pretty crappy. This thing has not eaten any meat at all. Very disappointing. On that note, it's time to hop over and check out Stream Raiders. Okay. Got another helper. Thank you for that. We'll see if this one will be less of a disaster than the last one. So I guess this is probably just free reign, which means they can come from any side. So my best bet is probably going to be to plop this like somewhere in here and see what happens. Woohoo! We did it! Alright. Unfortunately, that one is going to be my last one for the night just because I have to work really early. But I super appreciate everybody who came onto the stream today. It was just like a very casual situation where I'm talking about moving into rebranding and reopening the channel and moving into working on Ark Survival Ascended and giving you guys information that I get about stuff like that. So I'll share any news I get from the devs or anything, and just anything that's like relevant information, as well as actually starting ASA when it comes out. Until ASA comes out, I will be playing ASE. So speaking of Ark Survival Evolved and Ark Survival Ascended, so Ark Survival Evolved until Ark Survival Ascended is released, just kind of playing around on the island, everything primitive, no cryopods until we know indefinitely that we are going to be getting cryopods in ASA. So if they announce, as soon as they announce that, I will go back to playing with cryopods. I'm just practicing not having cryopods because it's something I've never experienced before. So if that does happen, it's just going to change the game a lot. So it's a journey that we will take together if you guys want to play with me. So again, thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a super good night, and I'll be back soon. Thank you.